What's up, y'all? And welcome to another question of the day video. So I got the idea for this question from my good friend Steve, aka Toygasm74. That's on Instagram, aka Twisted Tripod Photography. And I think that name goes across Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, here on YouTube even, and probably some other places. Steve, him and I go way back. One of my most longtime friends that I like am still actively and pretty closely in touch with. Anyway, so I mentioned recently that when I was going to start doing these question of the day videos that even though it's an idea I had for years, I only recently decided to really do it, and in making the decision to do so, I reached out to a few close collector friends for ideas and suggestions on topics and questions to bring up. Steve, I think, was actually the first one who replied to me, and I thought this question was really good. So here I am finally using it. And so the question is, what do you collect that friends would be like surprised to hear or know that you collect? I found it really interesting, and I'm glad I'm finally asking and answering my own question. My answer didn't come instantly for a couple of reasons. So first, I'll just say what my answer to the question is, and honestly, there's probably a few things I could actually use as an answer, but I'm going to use what I kind of feel is the most prominent answer to that question. So what do I think my friends would be surprised? The thing is, first of all, I still feel like it's something I've mentioned in the past. I'm sure I have. I thought I have shown videos of this particular collection, but I actually searched about 3 keywords that in my own videos didn't come up. I feel like I might have shown them then in like maybe some of the collection intervention videos where I was kind of giving glimpses of some of the stuff that are in boxes and in my collection and stuff. But so anyway, the answer is Barbie dolls and like other dolls. You know, meaning like fashion dolls. I'm not talking about 12-inch action figures, although some people would consider those dolls. But then again, some people consider action figures dolls. Anyway, yeah, part of why the answer didn't come to me immediately is, for one, I don't really actively collect that anymore, although I have collected a lot more in the past, and it kind of started in the early 2000s when I was heavy into 1/6 12-inch action figures. I actually grew quite a big collection. I've since sold most. In fact, if you're familiar with Home Depot storage boxes, I used to have my collection of 1/6 scale figures and dolls in 2 large Home Depot like shipping boxes or moving boxes, and that included mostly loose and some box ones that I was saving for whatever reason. Now I've got it down to only 1 medium box. That's mostly loose, but again, a few that I was saving for whatever reason. And that's not including anything that I've gotten for summer. I've actually, or we have gotten her a few Barbies. She doesn't really have many out that she plays with yet, and a few other dolls. And I've gotten her a few. I think I showed in some hauls not long ago, or a little not too long ago. Some Barbies. I forgot what the line was called. It was kind of like their basic series, and it's kind of cool because I got them all on clearance, and it's cool because they come in like different shapes and sizes and ethnicities and stuff like that. So anyway, as far as my own collection, like I said, I collected most heavily in the early 2000s. I've added a few here and there. more recently, and it's actually down there, and I think she's been seen in the background of at least one of my recent videos of the Wonder Woman Diana doll. Other than that, I don't know any that I've gotten recently within the past few months. Like I said, it's not really something I actively collect, but I have collected it. And I have a couple of examples here. Got some Britney, got some Hilary Duff, Lizzie McGuire. The reason I have these to show, for example, so my box that has, you know, my older collection or my actual collection, that's kind of too far and down under a bunch of stuff for me to go through. Plus, bring that out to show that it's not really what the point of this video. It's not a collection video or anything. But I was going through some other boxes, and these two were in there. Big fan of Britney. You guys should know that about me by now. Although that I feel like that's an answer to another question at some point. And again, it's one of those things where if you don't know me, yeah, I'm a big Britney fan. I was actually a big fan of Lizzie McGuire and Hilary Duff, and then followed her singing career for a while. You know, back in her day. I don't know what she's doing now. I don't really care. You know, but I was a big fan. Pretty cool. The doll, the likeness is actually really good. A lot better than this one on Britney. So anyway, one little tidbit regarding the collecting of Barbies. While it was in the early 2000s that I was really actively collecting them, it kind of started in the early to mid 90s. I don't remember what year it was, 95, 96, somewhere around there. There was a Barbie Loves Elvis Barbie doll set at Walmart. I don't know if it was a Walmart exclusive, but that's where I got it. And that year, for Christmas, I think, even though, you know, I'm a lifelong collector, I still don't really like that word, but it's the best way to you know, that people would understand. I love toys. I never stop collecting toys. I'm going to try not to go off on a different path there. But, so, even from my parents, my mom, like every year, pretty much what I want for Christmas was something toy related. I don't know if she was surprised that year when she asked me what I wanted, and what I wanted was that Barbie Loves Elvis set. And so that kind of started it, because I just thought it was really cool, because I'm also a big Elvis Presley fan. And I really wanted it, and that kind of started. It didn't really get me into collecting at the time. Like I said, it was mostly in the early 2000s, but that's where it did start as far as like a Barbie collection goes. So anyway, there you guys have it. I think that's pretty much the answer to the question for me. What about you guys? I would love to hear. And again, I appreciate everyone who's been checking out these videos and interacting, replying, commenting with your answers to the questions. I personally, I think it's a great question. Whether you found my answer interesting or not, I really would love to hear what you guys collect that, you know, might be different, that, you know, people would be surprised to hear. Now, please keep it within the realm of like toys and collectibles, because, and it's kind of, spoiler alert, at some other point, a question I would love to ask is just like, what do you collect other than, you know, toys and collectibles? Because, you know, not everybody, I imagine if you're watching this, you're a toy collector, or, you know, some sort of, you know, collector in the realm of geek and toys and collectible stuff. But, you know, if you're watching this, or at the time if you'll be watching, and you're not really a toy collector, or you are, but you collect other stuff. I don't know, I mean, we all have interests outside of toys too, even though toys are life. They're like the best thing. You know, everything else is just down here. Like, even if you do collect toys, but what is there something that you also collect? It's not just something you're into or another interest, but like something you really collect. outside of the realm of toys. But again, that'll be for another time. For now, just like within the realm of toys and collectibles, like what do you collect that's different, and your friends or other people, me, other viewers would be surprised to know that you collect. So thanks so much, guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching.